How's everybody going there? All right? Thank you for all coming today. My name's Sowter, and I'm also running as a councillor, and hopefully by nearly this time next week we'll feel fairly confident that I might just get in. I'm born and bred in Adelaide and studied there before going to do my tertiary education in Sydney. From there I worked on the streets of Sydney, around King's Cross, Redfern, trying to keep kids off the street and improve the quality of life of a whole lot of people in Sydney. I travelled overseas for about 50 countries, and before coming back and working again for the council. As soon as I turned back, they wanted me working back again because I'd been a boss in a whole lot of different areas within the inner city. About 21 years ago, I bought some land up here, upriver at Taruka, a couple hundred acres, and since then I've bought cattle and I live up there fairly well. I also have a house in town where I live now, and at West Kempsey. As maybe you might see that on my t-shirt here, I'm also a member of the Crescent Lifesaving Club, so I'm a nipper father, and so all the Sundays through the summertime I'm down here giving my time to the community. I also do a lot of other community work. At present I work in aged care. I work at Cedar Place as the diversional therapist, and I also work for 2 disability services. So maybe what you're hearing is that I work for the community. A lot of the time I get paid for some, I do a lot of voluntary work, and that will continue whether you vote me in or you decide that that you don't need me and need someone else. A couple of other things about Crescent here. I've been coming down here for the last 14 years, every Thursday afternoon, looking after a young man with a disability. And there's people in the room now that have seen me around, and one of the things a lot of people know is that I nod my head and say hello to everybody. Some of the things is even 4 years ago I got married, so I brought, we had a 3-day wedding, and I can see actually the people at Surf Safaris back here. I didn't know you were coming, but thank you. Hopefully you're supporting me. We had a 3-day wedding because I know so many people from around Australia. We brought in hundreds of people from around Australia, 5 different states, and we had to have a 3-day wedding, because we didn't want anybody to start driving and then going home. I've spoken to thousands of people, in the valley over the last 8 weeks, when my wife said, maybe it's time you put your hand up, and decided to do a little bit more for the community more than what I'm already doing. So it's been 8 weeks really, like trying to step up and find a few more things to do. What I've discovered from a lot of the people is like a lot of people in the community are unhappy. The way the direction of the council's been going over the last, not just the 4 years, but 8 years, and some people are even saying 50 years, so I'm not necessarily blaming people who are already in. But like there's been an apathy of what's been going on, why Port Macquarie and South West Rocks or Coffs Harbour have moved on. It seems like the Macleay's been held back a little bit. And so there's time for a bit of a change with that. I've also said to people, I could promise everything to you to get your vote, but I'm not going to do that at all. But there's only one promise that I will do, and it's if you vote me in, that I'll stand up for you, and I'll try to implement as many things as I can for our community. I want my kids to grow up here safely, because we have issues in this mighty Macleay. We all know what the issues are. We've got issues over the next 5, 10, 15 years, 20 years with the bypass going, and so a lot of things have to be changed and looked at. I'm a bit of a talker, and at the same time I know I'm a doer. People who know me that I'm not just a talker, that I'm also a doer. I feel as if I'm up to the challenge, of bringing this mighty Macleay on. This is where I've decided to lay my hat, and this is where I want to work for my future. The other things, there's out of the 8 or 9 people here, there's 4 people, Jim, Peter and Bruce, that are on my ticket, that are on the back, and on the front of my ticket that I've endorsed because we're independent. We're not going to be bullied around by the Macleay or by the council. We're going to make issues and try to do what we feel best is for the Macleay. Alright, I'd just like to say at the very end, as I said, I've got land upriver. I support the sale yards, and that's where I sell my cattle. And some of the people, I spent $1,200 on my campaign, so it's been a pretty poor campaign. I think my parents have spent $400 over because they're pretty keen on that I stay over here. When I spoke at Stewart's Point the other week, 2 weeks ago, I said, if you vote me in, then I'm a part of your community. I already feel a part of the Crescent Head community, and hopefully in 7 days' time that you might see your way to vote for me. So thank you very much, everybody, and have a good day.